Hey everybody,
Hey.
welcome. Hope you're having a good summer. This is like, I disappointed somebody the other day because I'm like, we're one quarter done the summer. We're one quarter done and on our way to school. That didn't go over well.
My son yesterday comes up to me. He's like, he wanted a thing. And he wanted to get together with a friend. And I'm like, well, there's more later in the summer. Dad, there's only 6 weeks left. I'm like, yeah. There's 6 weeks.
So I hope that you are doing like us, and we're taking in as much as the Okanagan beach in summer and hang out and family time and water and mountains. I see a lot of people going on mountain hikes. That's kind of cool.
Mountain hikes are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you love bugs and no, we hike a fair bit. We haven't been in a while because hiking when it's 30 degrees out isn't exactly as enjoyable. Yeah. That's way more like an April activity,
Maybe you got to go early morning.
Great. Yeah, I'm in. Throw that out there for the rest of my family. I'm up by 6. I'm on it.
So hopefully you're doing lots of summery stuff. Probably not as many visitors as normal. Probably a few red plates here and there, but that's okay. We love them all. Just
to match all my family's red sunburns. They were all at the beach yesterday and came home, and I wasn't at the beach, but I'm the only one not at the sunburn. Like the very clear-cut white lines on my, and they're like, we sunscreen. I'm like, yeah. Anyways, it's summer. It's Okanagan summer.
One of my kids had a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
They had a mosquito bite or something, so he put a Band-Aid on, left the Band-Aid on, and stayed at the beach all day. So when we took the Band-Aid off at the end of the day, it was just tanned and red all around that. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. We love the beach. We love getting outside. So hopefully you guys are doing lots of stuff like that as well too. One thing that our family is doing, which a lot of families are doing this week, is VBS.
Yeah.
There was VBS live last week. We're doing VBS non-live this week. And
live is probably the best way, because none of it was particularly, there's elements to it that are still live this week, right? Yeah. Like you guys are actually, hitting play, and then you tell us everything you're doing, but there's an actual element that you run in your own home.
Yeah. So like we've done 2 days of it as of recording this, and it's been a lot of fun. We have a couple of kids from the neighborhood, friends that our kids have played with, and it's awesome. Our kids are loving it, and we have helpers, and it's really cool to connect, and I think it's going really good for us. So what we want to hear is those that are doing VBS this week or last week or whatever. Sheena, you did it. Thank you for posting your picture. So, send us a picture. Show us a picture. It doesn't have to be kids' faces, but show us a picture of stuff you guys are doing, or I have a picture of one of my helpers, making crafts and cutting stuff out and prepping stuff before all the kids get there, and that's really awesome, because this is ministry as it looks right now in our church and in our community and in our families, and I think this is something awesome to be celebrating. And so thank you to all the people that were involved in that too, and it's literally a party in a bucket. It's awesome.
It was fun to put together, and I'm glad you guys are having a good week with it, and we've left the registration up. So if I checked again today, I'm going to check every few days to see if anyone knew, hey, yeah, maybe we'll do VBS and sign up. It's all on the LakeValleyBaptist.ca 2020 VBS. Just click that link, and you can get more information and get on it, and we'll just keep it running throughout the summer. And who knows, you might, you get a rainy week later in the summer and sign over and stuck inside. Let's do something purposeful in this, and so that's what it's there for. It's just for you as families to connect around God's word and some worship for 5 days. Make sure hold 5 fingers up. How many days? 5. For 5 days.
So one of the lessons early in the week was when you go to build something,
Yes.
have a good plan.
Yes.
And I think that's great for faith. That's awesome for life. That's awesome for where we're at as well as a church. We are making a plan. We're forming things together. We're moving forward. There's a lot of stuff happening. We've talked about it. We've alluded to it. We've said it before that there's a group of leadership, a committee that's looking at what would it look like to get people together at the church, viewing a service, whatever that's going to look like. They've been trying to work out some of those plans. And so there's a lot of wheels to be turned in the background, but it's all coming together. That's maybe why you are looking around behind us and seeing things a little bit differently.
Yep.
We're making our plans. We're testing stuff out. It's all coming together. It's a lot of conversation with a lot of our leadership that's still Zooming in some ways, but some are getting together physically, safely, but physically to get together to discuss these things.
You know what I saw even today, as I was, spending a few minutes on the social medias. No, not some crazy.
As we all do.
Not some crazy conspiracy theory. No, someone had put together a chart of like risky activities, and it was on like a double axis kind of scale thing. One was like riskiest activities where you might get COVID, and then risky activities where you might just die. And so rightly so, I think it had singing in church as the riskiest activity in the COVID era. The way you could most likely catch COVID. And that's our concern, is that we would come back, start singing as a church, we've got these things that are like, look what happened in the community just over Canada Day weekend, right? Where, okay, you had a couple of little house party get-togethers. That's, I don't know the nature of those, but you're close contact, interacting and mingling. And if we, add in then melodic projectile spitting, which is kind of what singing is, great for God's glory, but we don't want anyone getting sick. So we're trying to just put together a good plan, a wise plan.
As far as scale goes, singing as a group, is that roughly equivalent to like wrestling a bear?
You know what? I can't remember what
skydiving, maybe?
The dangerous activity where you couldn't catch COVID. I'm trying to remember what kind of the
tickle a lion.
Yeah, you know what? It was something like probably rub your strap steak to yourself and go run in the woods, or go hiking up an Okanagan mountain with like husk of kokanee or musk of whatever, like kind of like rub salmon on yourself and go through the woods kind of thing is what I'm trying to say. That's pretty risky.
Either the bears or the mosquitoes will get you.
Oh, one way or another, yeah, for sure. Or scorpions on Goats Peak or whatever that was in the news. I was like, well, I like hiking there, but come on, seriously, I don't want that. So, anyways. All that to say, we're working on a plan.
We're working on a plan, and we're excited to get together.
Yes.
But get together properly and rightly, and so that's what we're going to do. One thing that we've just been talking about today is like, we are planning on going above and beyond. We want to go that.
Don't preach my sermon.
We want to serve.
Yes.
As much as we can.
Absolutely.
We're going to do things so that we can care for the people around us, and really that's what God is calling us to as a church, right?
Totally.
Our gathering is important, but it comes in light of loving one another as I have loved you. So that's what we're planning, and that's what we're talking about, and that's what we're aiming for. So we're thankful for this group that's kind of working some of these different ideas and plans and what's going to happen. The video element to Sundays is going to keep going. It's going to continue. Yeah. Don't think that's changing. We're just thinking of different ways of adding in and enhancing that and finding ways to get people together in a really good way. So,
yep.
Yeah.
In due, the due process and the due time.
Yep.
And some might say, well, it's overdue.
Some are saying it's overdue. Some are saying it's underdue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
it'll
it's great.
be ready very shortish.
Yeah.
Which is so vague, but.
And another group that is getting together, they have a safety plan in place. And
very exciting, yes.
It's really exciting and it's beginning next week, is Drama Camp. It begins Monday. And we're going to have a very small amount of kids. I was going to say small amount of kids.
Yeah, that's a great way to say it.
Here. Doing Drama Camp like we have done in many previous years, but it's going to be very, very different. And so that plan is still coming out, but it's going to be awesome. This place is still going to have a handful of kids working on a script, putting stuff together.
Beautiful.
We're teaching them backstage, front stage, acting, all these different things with the proper procedures and protocols that need to be done and are going to take care of them and take care of us and take care of this place, and that's kind of all happening. But it's really exciting. So you can be actually praying for them all throughout this week that what's being planned and what's being put together is going to be just awesome and for the glory of God, and just bringing these kids together to do a great performance. Tell an awesome story, a story that really needs to be told. You'll really enjoy it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So that's Monday. It's excellent.
Yeah.
And so, you know what, church, it's like in everything, church hasn't stopped, right? And this is just the next thing, Drama Camp. So it's looking forward to it. It's going to be a good week. It's going to be a great week. And, there's other ministries too that have been kind of slowly going on, like we had White Cross in this week, and, they've got their own thing and plan and all of that. So, I guess the worst possible thing as a church that we could be doing today is kind of throwing up our hands and going, oh, there's no church. Well, be encouraged, church, because there is still church.
Yeah.
We, the people, have not gone anywhere, and so we're still, whether that's in your family. Let's not forget, like Lakeview is a church of churches in some ways, right? Like we're all part of that little church behind our own front door.
Yeah. And
so just keep, prayerfully considering this week, God, how are we to be the church? And encourage you to do that. And connect with us and share how you're doing that in this summertime, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it is a hike, maybe it is meeting at the beach and with another family or whatever, and so we just want to really encourage you to keep prayerfully considering what's going on here, like Drama Camp, and also keep considering, like, how am I going to be the church this week? Yep. And so that'd be our challenge for you, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.